y'all? Welcome back. This will be entry number 6, perhaps, of Diary of a Single Mother. I just want to come talk to y'all and tell y'all how therapy's been going for me and give an update on just therapy in general. So I started therapy earlier this year, and therapy has been going so good, and I just can't believe it took me this long to get in therapy. And I always was hearing people say everybody needs therapy, or it won't hurt to go, or stuff like that. And I always tell myself, like, you need to go to therapy, or, but I never did it. And then during the pandemic, when I had got pregnant, I had got Medicaid. And since the pandemic, like, even though I've been here August, he's 2 years old, they keep extending Medicaid. So I still have it. It hasn't been dropped yet. Because in reality, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I wouldn't never had insurance to cover it. But since I have insurance, I've been going to therapy. It was a real easy process. So the way I got in therapy was I had a psych eval for my VSG weight loss surgery, and it was through some company that partnered with my doctor office, my surgeon. He the one that gave me a referral to a person to go to. And I talked to a black woman, and it so happened to be she was filling in for a white male, but who had an emergency. So she filled in for him and did my evaluation. And we were just talking, and she was just asking me questions related to, like, making sure that I'm mentally stable enough to have weight loss surgery. And it was going good and stuff. And I was real open and honest with her. She was like, asking me about, do I have any issues that I think that would prohibit me from having weight loss surgery? I'm like, no. And she ended up asking me about, I forgot what question that I said my answer, but my answer was like, she's like, do you have, I don't know what she said. I can't just pinpoint the exact question, but I know my answer was childhood trauma, all that. And she was like, okay. And she was like, well, I think you'll be a good candidate for weight loss surgery. And she was like, what do you think about going to therapy? And I was like, oh yeah, I would love to go to therapy, but I don't know where to start. And I also would like to see a black woman, someone that could relate to me and know is familiar with things that, black women go through, or just being black in general, because I just feel like, and I'm no offense to no other race, but I just feel like a black woman will understand me more, So that's how I got started going to therapy. So she sent me, when we got she got my email address, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna send you a list of black women that take your insurance. And she really did. She emailed me, and she really, like, stayed up, like, kept her word and emailed me all these nice women. And she was just really went out her way to do some stuff for me, which she did not have to do, because that was not her job. She was filling in for someone, and she was supposed to do an evaluation for a weight loss surgery. So for her to do all that for me, I'm so thankful for her. And she ended up sending me my therapist, and I made a consultation, and it was just from there. And it's been super good. Like, we've been addressing issues that I had from the past, and grief issues, and issues that I didn't even know that I had, which is crazy. it's just opening my eyes to things that was right in front of me that I didn't even see or realize I was going through, or things that I've been through that I didn't think affected me but really did affect me. And I've said in previous videos how I minimize everything. Like, I'm just shoo it off, like, oh, it's not a big deal. So, you know, she was the one that helped me realize that I do that, because I just thought I didn't care. I'm just like, whatever, it is what it is. But it's like, she was like, I minimize, you know, a lot of situations to make it not seem as big as it really is. And she really like make me address situations. Like, we gotta talk about everything. It ain't no say this and just keep going. Like, rewind. Let's talk about it. And so it's crazy just addressing everything. So now it's just making me feel like I want to address everything with different people. Like, I want to tell people how I feel and stuff like that when I really don't do that. And that's one thing she's been encouraging me to do, is to be more vulnerable with people, because I'm very cold. And that's what her words, I could be very cold. And I appreciate her for telling me that, because it's really just a protection wall that I built up from being hurt, or, you know, from being hurt from different people. So she wants me to be more vulnerable with people and let people in and stuff like that. And it's really hard, because like it's really hard for me. I self-isolate a lot. I will isolate myself from people, because I don't know, I just be feeling like me and my kids on this island and the rest of the world over here. And my house is my island. It's my safe place. And I'll be okay with it. And she trying to help me, you know, live and be in the moment and stuff like that. And which is really challenging, you know. Do any of y'all, you know, struggle with those type of things? Because I know I'm not the only one, but it be seeming like I'm the only one. I also been working on being strong. Not being strong, but I feel like everybody feel like I'm so strong. Like I'm so strong. But I'm not. I am, but I'm not, because it's like, she told me, like, if you're not being vulnerable with people and telling people how you feel, they gonna assume that you always strong and you can handle stuff because you're not saying nothing. So you have to speak up and be vulnerable and tell them how you feel, so they can know, like, okay. But it's like, do I want to be vulnerable with someone? Because then I might, you know, people these days are just so nasty. So it's like, if I be vulnerable with you and then you do something dirty to me, now I gotta, no, I ain't gotta do nothing. But, you know, I just don't like it. Like, and then like, when I'm thinking about the negatives, she reminds me I'm being I believe it's a hypervigilance. If that's not, I'm gonna put the right thing in here. I think that's what it's called, when you're just looking for the bad in situations instead of looking for the good. So it's like, I don't want to be vulnerable because I'm scared this might happen or this might happen. So now I'm looking at the bad instead of just looking at, well, this might be good. You know, I might get something good out of this. That's crazy to me, because going into situations, I always point out the bad before the good. I'm like, oh, what if this happened? oh, what if this happened? Instead of just thinking like, oh, for example, like my weight loss surgery. I'm just thinking like, oh, what if I wake up and I'm hurting so bad? Or what if my kids need me and I can't help them like I want to? What if my recovery not good? I got to go back to the hospital. And then my therapist is like, or what if you have a good surgery and you lose all this weight and you so thankful and that's it. I'm like, dang, I couldn't even just think of that being so simple like that. Like, just have a good surgery and everything's all good. I automatically jump to what if, in the bad, the negative, and stuff like that. And I don't want to be like that. I want to look at the positives, and I just want to think of, the good things that's going to happen and stuff like that. So she's really been helping me and opening my eyes to the little things that I do, or why do I do them, addressing the issues, why I'm acting this way and why I'm doing this. And conversations that I always said I didn't want to have, now I'm wanting to have them. So I'm just like, hey, I've been going to therapy, and I just want to tell you that I don't like it. I know, that's what I want to do. I want to address everything. Everything got to get addressed. Because I'm not can't. Because either I'm not going to address it, and then it's just going to pile up. And then I'm going to blow up. And next thing you know, I'm done. And then I get cold. And I don't want to be this cold person. So therapy has really been good for me. I feel like I'm changing so much, and I'm loving the person who I'm becoming, and I'm just so excited for the future and to be this, healed person and stuff like that. I'm so excited because I done already made a couple of breakthroughs in certain areas that I'm so happy about. And just to know that I'm doing the work and it is getting better, it just makes me so happy. And I want to thank y'all for tuning into my diary entries. And even if y'all don't comment, I see y'all watching. And then some of y'all be telling me y'all been watching, but I didn't know. So thank y'all for watching, and like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.